what kind of home do I live in? Am I in a colonial? What the heck is a bungalow or a 4-story or a 3-story? I don't know. They're so confusing. Guess what? I'm here to set it straight and let you know the different types of homes here in Southeast Michigan. Hello, everybody. I'm Doug Worsley. I'm a local realtor, as I said, here in Southeast Michigan, and I've seen almost every type of home that's in this area, and I'm going to try and tell you the differences between them all. Now, with that said, I'm going to come back a little bit and let you know things are called differently in different areas. So that's one thing we got to remember. So let's start with colonials. This was one of my favorites because that's what I currently live in, I guess. I said maybe I'm a little biased on that. It is a typical structure of 2 or more stories. Generally speaking, most of your living space is going to be on the main level, and then all your bedrooms is going to be on the upper level. The roof is, I don't really consider it too steeply pitched, but it does sometimes have a steep pitch up there. But really, essentially, what I'm looking for when I walk into a colonial is the main living space on the main floor, and like I said, the upper half is going to be your bedrooms. You're usually going to have a family room and a so-called living room, along with your kitchen, half bath, maybe a full bath on there, maybe a den, office, something like that. And then, like I said, all your bedrooms on the upstairs. For the features, it's usually going to be a traditional architectural style, often features a brick or wood siding or vinyl siding in today's day is really popular. So then the next one is a ranch. Now, a ranch is one of the most desirable homes, mainly because it's one level and you don't have to do the stairs. Most of your ranches here in Southeast Michigan it's not going to be like a split ranch. It's not going to be an elevated ranch where you got the stairs to get into the front door. It's usually just a one step or maybe 2 steps to get on the porch. Most of your ranches do come with basements here in Southeast Michigan, which is a great thing. You got to remember, ranches are great for elderly as well because you're not doing the stairs. But generally speaking, between ranches and colonials, exterior wise, you're going to find a lot of them with the front, maybe the front half is going to be brick, and then the rest of it's going to be a vinyl or if your older homes are going to be aluminum siding. Outside of that, they're really very similar. As far as the basement space though, usually your basement space is gonna be larger on a ranch compared to a colonial because your colonials are usually like short and stubby, short and tall. So that means their basement space is also gonna be short and down for the same size living space. Whereas your ranch is gonna be usually longer and skinnier. That's one thing to consider if you want that larger basement, you're gonna wanna go for that ranch style. Now, let's move it on. We have bi-level, a tri-level, and a quad. Those are all 3 other ones that people get a little bit confused about. A bi-level is usually when you walk into a home, you walk into that front door and you have a choice. You can go upstairs or you can go downstairs. And when I say downstairs, it's kind of like a half downstairs because it's usually, you got a window down there. It's a larger size window that you can still see out. So it's like 3/4 and kind of downstairs. That's gonna be your bi-level. That one, again, when you walk in, your main living space is going to be on the lower level and your bedrooms are going to be on the upper level. When you come into a tri-level, all very similar to the bi-level, but you're going to walk in and now you have most of your living space on one level. Then you're going to go downstairs. And when I say downstairs, it's only half the space of a normal staircase. So if your normal staircase, I think, is around 13 steps, this is going to be like a 6-stepper. You're going to go downstairs and that's where you're going to have like a family room, living room with a fireplace. And then you're probably going to have your mechanics as far as your furnace and your hot water tank and stuff like that, and possibly another bathroom. And then your upper level, which is also going to be like 6 steps to the upper side, then you're going to have your bedrooms on that side. Now, the only thing different between that and a quad is a quad level. You go down one more level and it's going to be more of a traditional Michigan style basement, and where that one's not going to be finished and it's going to have all your mechanics down there versus on that so-called 3rd level. We also have what's called a raised ranch. There aren't too many raised ranches in this area, but you can find a raised ranch. And what a raised ranch is it's just raised up a little bit higher to where you got like I'd say probably about 10 steps, and then you're going to walk into your main area, and then you pretty much have all your main living area, and then you got, you know, the downstairs from there, as well as, oh, actually your bedrooms are going to be on your main level as well, but then you got that little downstairs section there. So that's a raised ranch. It's really no different. It's just what it sounds like. It's a ranch that's raised up a little bit higher to get it off the ground. Next, we have the Cape Cod and the bungalow. They are essentially the same type of house. They're typically called a 1.5 stories. And the reason why that is on the upper level, it's not the full width of the house as far as ceiling height as such as a colonial style. So it kind of comes down and it has like what we call a knee wall. Some of them are knees, some of them are a little bit higher, but either way, you get the point. Now, the main difference between Cape Cods versus bungalows, you're gonna get into debate this. I'm not gonna try to debate this in this video, but one of them is typically where you're gonna walk in and you're gonna have your living space and 1 bedroom on the main floor, and then upstairs, you're gonna have 2 bedrooms. Those are the ones that I consider to be Cape Cods. And then a bungalow is just the opposite, where you walk in, you got your main living space, you got 1 bedroom on the main floor, 2 bedrooms on the main floor, and then the whole upstairs is nothing but 1 big bedroom. So to me, that is a bungalow. But regardless if it's a Cape Cod or a bungalow, to me, they're very similar. And most of those are the older style homes that have been around for, you know, since the 50s and 30s and 40s actually, but most of them came in the 50s and 60s in this area. And then from there, you get the contemporary designs. You know, there's just so many of them to list. I can't go for all of them. Basically, everything that I just told you about, though, is going to be your general format for all the homes located here in Southeast Michigan. As you get into your newer home builds, you know, there's a lot more different design styles that, you know, they have different names for them. Ultimately, you can pretty much kind of get an idea of what you're looking for, and the shape and size of it is going to be different, but all those features that we just went over is going to be your determination of what type of home it really is. So if you want to know or you take a look at any of those home styles and you want to take a look at some of those houses, give me a call. I'll be happy to show you any of those houses. We can go and take some tours, see what they have to offer for you. We have those in all the local communities here, so feel free to give me a call at 734-560-3499. I'll be happy to help you find the home of your dreams, and then we can have that debate, whether it's a raised ranch, colonial, bungalow, Cape Cod, contemporary, historian, whatever the case may be, I can find it for you.